Hey, it's a Yogi Momo. Day 20 gratitude series, and today's focus is Exalted Warrior. We're going to spend a lot of time standing on our mat. So by the time you are finished, you are going to feel grounded and empowered and strong. And your heart's going to be open. Stay tuned. Good stuff coming your way. And if you like what you see when the class is over, hit subscribe. That way more things can come your way. So here we are, another day of the gratitude series, and whether today is your first day to join us or you are keeping track and you really are on day 20, it's going to be a great time together on your mat. So close your door, close off your schedule, tell your people you need a little time to focus on you. And the interesting thing about today is that we are going to do our entire sequence from a standing position. So we're really going to focus on having our hips begin to stabilize us, our core empowered, and we're really going to root down and ground into our stance, into our feet, into the earth, so that we can begin to open up our heart, and you'll understand a little more as we head through our practice together. So just come to a standing position. What I want you to do is just notice how your feet are feeling as they touch the mat. Let your arms just hang alongside you, and then close your eyes. There's nothing for you to do for these first several rounds of breath except just to stand and notice. Just notice as you stand there, how do your feet feel? Don't change them, don't try to control them, just notice. Are there spots where the feet truly do feel connected to the earth? Are there spots where it's like a little tight, maybe a little tired, a little sore? Continue to let your awareness go up into your ankles, into your calves and your shins, your knees, your thighs, the backs of your legs. And then let that awareness just settle right there on your hips. So just notice your lower body. Spots that might be a little fatigued, a little sore, a little wondering what you have in store for them. But just notice. That's all I want you to do. One of the most important parts of your yoga practice is body awareness. Just be aware of how your body feels today. And the days to come, the weeks to come, just notice how the changes begin to come. What the awareness is telling you. Begin to shift that awareness a little higher up into your belly, in your core, your low back, through the ribs, the front and the back side of your body, your shoulders, your arms, your hands even, the lengthening of your neck, your jawline, all the way up into the muscles of your face, through your forehead, your eye sockets, to the top of your head. Just notice any spots that are a little troublesome that you need to pay special attention to today. All right, open up your eyes. So now that you have noticed, we're going to do a really intentional job of grounding ourselves in, empowering ourselves from the feet up before we begin to really open up the heart and do all the great things that are in store for us today. So from a standing position, we're going to set our breath with our arms. So I want you to stand nice and tall, just as you were doing. But this time we're really going to focus on the way the breath is coming in and then the way that we are pushing it out. And our goal is for it to be balanced. If it takes 2 or 3 beats for your breath to come into your body, I want it to take 2 or 3 beats for your breath to leave your body. So the number doesn't matter. I just need them to match. Balanced breath coming in, going out. And this time as you breathe in, I want you to think about the energy from that breath touching every cell of your body. And then as you breathe out, let every worry, every care, every burden, every frustration you've got, don't name them, don't think about them. Just in your thoughts, say, they're gone. I'm breathing them out. I can't control other people. I can't control the world, but I can control the breath. And I can push it out and send those things with it. So here we go. When we inhale, the arms go up. Let's go. Inhale, lift the arms, sweep them high overhead, nice and slowly. Take the gaze to the hands. Exhale, open your mouth, breathe out. Bring the hands down. Keep it going. Inhale, sweep them up slowly. Head tips back slightly. Open your mouth. Exhale, blow it out. 3 more. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, out. 2 more. Sweep it up. Exhale, blow it out. 1 more. Sweep it up. Exhale out. Beautiful. We're going to do the exact same thing, but this time we're actually going to move our arms in a different way. We're still going to sweep them up, but this time whenever you get ready to bring them down, instead of coming through prayer, I want you to bend your elbows, pull the elbows back, spread the fingers wide, and that's how you'll exhale. So same thing, we sweep it back up. Exhale, we pull them back. And what we're doing is we're just getting the shoulders nice and flexible. We're beginning to get the body grounded, but we're doing all of that while we set the breath. So arms are alongside us. Here we go. Inhale, sweep up. And as you exhale, spread the fingers wide, bend the elbows, breathe out. Inhale, push the hands up. Exhale, elbows back. We call this cactus arms. Let's do 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. 2 more. Big breath up. Exhale, let it all go. 1 more. And out. All right, inhale, push those hands up. And then as you exhale, begin to slowly hinge. Let all the breath go. The hands are falling toward the earth. The head is bowing down. Here you are in a forward fold. So as you fold, bend the knees as much as you need to. So you're not trying to get the hands to the ground. What you're trying to do is release the tension in your neck. Gaze is somewhere around your knees. Neck is long, lengthening through the hamstrings, through the calves. Your feet are still rooted down. I know it starts to feel a little intimidating for a few breaths as your head is getting down below your heart, but just breathe. Don't worry about how far you're folding, just fold. If you want to set your hands on your shins, do that. Maybe on your thighs. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. It's almost like you're kind of hugging yourself from elbow to elbow. Whatever your arms need to do. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. Remember, our focus is to root into our feet, to connect to our breath, to breathe out every frustration that you've got. Don't name it, just let it go. Last breath here. Whatever the arms are doing, release them. Put a big bend in those knees, and on the inhale, here we go. Sweep the arms up. Ooh, it feels a little heady as you come up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Now we've spent the first couple of moments training our body to breathe in the way that we need it to. So as we go through our practice, stay with that breath. A couple times you may get a little winded. You may feel like, okay, I can't reconnect. Go back to it. Remember, breathe all the way in. Let it go all the way out. All right? So stand tall from where you are. We're going to really get these muscles long. Here we go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you do, I want you to steeple grip your hands. So you bring the palms together, fold all the fingers down except for the pointer fingers. Pointer fingers are going up. So you're looking right up there at your hands. Now look straight ahead. Arms are still up. Inhale here. Exhale, lean toward the right. So the low body hasn't moved. We're twisting, we're stretching from the left side body all the way even into the left armpit a bit. Arms are strong. Elbows can have a bend to them. We're not locking the elbows. Look straight ahead. Breathe. Even though we exhaled to get here, we don't stop the breath. Keep it going. You're feeling this probably a little bit in your low back. We got 1 more breath here. We're almost out. On your inhale, come back up. Exhale to the left. Same thing. Feeling it from all the way down the right side body as we lean to the left. We call this our standing half moon stretch, Ardha Chandrasana. It's a really great way just to ground into our feet, set our balance with both feet as we stretch and lengthen your muscles. Filling them with that prana, that pranic energy, your breath. Keep breathing. 1 more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. All right, shake it out. This next time we're going to come into chair pose. So we're going to spend some time again grounding into both feet before we begin to do some things to open up our hips. So stand nice and tall. Arms are alongside you. Inhale, take the arms up. Palms face each other this time. Stand tall, and as you exhale, squat down into a chair. So imagine there's a chair behind you and you've just sat into it. So knees are bent, feet are flat. Your bottom's kind of going into that chair. Now look down gently. See if you can see your toes. If you can't, sit back just a little farther. Now look at those toes. If at any point being in chair is too much on your arms, you always have the choice of bringing them to prayer right here. It's still chair pose, Utkatasana. Doesn't matter what the arms are doing. It's all about the low body this time. So those first couple of stretches, we were stretching the upper body. Now we're taking care of ourselves from the waist all the way down. Keep breathing. go. Couple more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring the hands down. Shake it out, roll those shoulders, wiggle those hips. We're going to do it one more time. Stand tall. All right, here we go. Inhale, take the arms up, palms face each other. So your biceps are kind of around your ear. That's about where everything's landing. And whenever you are ready, when you let the air out, that's how we come to chair. So let's breathe in one more time. Breathe out, chair. So remember, it's not about how far back you're going. It's about how much you're stabilizing yourself from your core, so that from the tailbone all the way into your neck, you're creating this beautiful line. Straight, long, empowered spine. We've got 3 more breaths here. Remember, you also can bring the hands to prayer. Put them at heart center. Just keep grounding into your feet. There you go. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And on the inhale, we rise. Exhale, bring the hands down. All right. From the standing position, I want you to take your legs nice and wide. You take them as wide as you can, and then go a little wider, because your mind just told you that's as wide as they can go. But try to just put the feet out just a little bit more. Your hips need you to be able to come a little wider, because our hips stay in that stationary, tight, very contracted, compacted position, which creates tension and stress. So as we come into this wide-legged position right here, we're really beginning to open up the hips. So arms come out into a T. Breathe right here. All we're going to do is hold. Just stabilize right here. Breathe. What I want you to do is lengthen through your arms. So imagine your fingertips. One's going to the right, one's going to the left. Breathe. Hips are opening up. We're not asking them to move just yet. Keep breathing. Bring the hands to prayer. Now from the feet, I want you to take your heels in, toes are going out. So all we did was shift. Heels came in, toes went out. Feet haven't really moved. Keep the hands at prayer. Bend the knees, sink into this little bitty squat right here. So all of a sudden, hips really beginning to open up. Don't think about falling forward. Don't fall back. We're just still straight up and down. From the top of the head to the tailbone. Beautiful straight line. Hang out right here. If you're feeling it, maybe you pulse just a little bit. I know you're feeling those inner thighs. Everything's good. We're opening up the hips. A couple more pulses. And come back to a stationary position. No more pulsing. Hold. Now, even though our legs are empowered, we got to get the upper body stretched a little more. So we're going to take the right forearm. Put it onto your right thigh. The palm is up. Take your left arm. Reach it over the ear. Hold right here. So you're not allowing your ear to collapse into your shoulder. We're just stretching the left side body. You want to really feel the stretch from the armpit all the way down to the waist. Your obliques are a key part of your core. We've got to empower them. So as we bring the left back into position, that forearm comes down. The palm is up. Right comes up, goes over the ear. Hold here. I know your legs are saying it needs to be time. We need to call time right now. Hang on, we're almost there. That right bicep is over the right ear. You are breathing. Let's come back and straighten those legs. Heel toe in or just bring them in. Whoo, shake out those hips. All right, we're going to do that one more time. We're going to leave out the pulsing. We're going to just get into that goddess stance, and we're going to stretch the side body on either side, helping us to really get ready for where we're headed with Warrior 2 and eventually Exalted Warrior. So again, take the legs first as wide as you think you can go, then go a little wider. Heels are in, toes are out. Start off with the hands out, so we're in this 5-pointed star. Lengthen here. The reason we start off right here is I want you to feel how long your spine is from the base of your neck down through your tailbone. Feel the lengthening. Start to bend the knees. Right forearm comes down. Left arm goes over the ear. Hold here. Don't let that right ear collapse into your right shoulder. Keep your head nice and straight. The left bicep kind of hovering over the left ear. Breathe. Bring the left forearm down. Take the right arm over the ear. Same thing. Keep that left ear away from that left shoulder. Breathe. Come back. 5-pointed star. Straighten the legs. Heel toe in or just walk it in. Whatever you got. All right. We're going to spend the rest of our time together. It's not a very long practice today because it really is about opening up and stabilizing those hips, giving you some flexibility. And so for some of us, our hips are so tight that we need to ease into it. This is the kind of practice you could do this one class 2 or 3 times in a week just to really focus on getting the hips nice and opened up. Like I said, the whole thing takes place from standing. We're not even going to go to the mat at all. We're just working on opening up the hips. So remember that wide stance? Let's take it again. But this time, I want your left foot to be parallel with the short side of your mat. And then your right toes are going to point to the other end of your mat. All right? Now look at your feet. We want our right heel to bisect our left arch. So they're not scooched up high. They're not out of sync. They're in this beautiful line. Now our arms come out again. So what I want you to do before we move into Warrior 2, take your chest and open it straight up. So your chest is basically pointing toward the long side of your mat. Because in just a moment, we're taking our gaze to the right, but our chest will not move. So when the chest stays open, guess what? So do the hips. Arms are out. Now look over toward the right fingers, but don't move your chest. Inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee. You're in Warrior 2. So ease into your Warrior 2. Your chest and your hips are still facing the long side of your mat. You're looking toward the right fingers. Your right knee is stacked over your right ankle. So if it's going past, make your stance a little bit wider. So we don't want our knee going past our ankle. We want a beautiful perpendicular line going down to the mat. Look over those right fingers. If you feel like your chest is moving to the right, pull it back to the center. Hold here. 2 more breaths. Keep the arms engaged if you can. If you need to let them go, let them go. But otherwise, straighten the right. Turn it so now it's parallel. Flip your left toes. They're now pointing. Arms are out. Chest, hips to the long side of the mat. Here we go. Inhale. Look at the left fingers. Exhale, bend the left knee. Warrior 2. Hold here. Just like in that 5-pointed star, you imagine that both sets of fingers are reaching toward opposite ends. And as they reach to the opposite ends of each other, it is lengthening you from the wrists through the arms, the chest, the entire upper body. 2 more breaths. Release the arms. Bring those feet back in. Wiggle those shoulders. Shake out those hips, those legs, because we're going to do that again. And this time, we're going to add Exalted Warrior, which is kind of that's where we're headed today. So, opening up the heart. Now, when we get to Exalted Warrior, some things are going to happen where you're going to feel like you want to move the hips and move the chest. Let me talk you through it. So listen very carefully. Think about how you felt in these wide-legged stances. And then I think it will all begin to make sense. All the parts will come together. All right, wide stance. Left foot stays parallel, so it's in line with the short end. Right toes point. Check your stance. Right heel bisecting, so it's halfway in the middle of that left foot. Arms are out. We got to get to Warrior 2 first. So my chest is still coming to the long side of my mat. Arms are out. Look at your right fingers. Exhale, Warrior 2. Bend the right knee. Breathe and hold. Now take your left forearm, put it on your low back. Flip your right palm up. Nothing moved except our gaze. Here we go. Gaze goes up, hand follows. Lift. Exalted Warrior. And we're going to be here for a few breaths. I know your low back is talking just a little bit. Breathe with me. Your gaze is on the right palm. You're lengthening through the right arm. Your chin is lifted slightly. Your neck is long. And your heart is open. So the low body is empowered and strong in your Virabhadrasana stance, your warrior stance. But as you look up, you're filling your spirit with love and compassion and kindness and peace. That is what Exalted Warrior has for you. 2 more breaths here. Windmill the arms back. Release. Heel toe in, or just bring the feet together. Wiggle it out. Shake the shoulders. Maybe move that low back a little bit, because I know right here in the right side of your low back is the part that's talking right now. Don't worry, because the left's going to start talking, and then it's all going to be in sync together. All right, here we go. Wide stance. Let's do the other side. This time, left toes point to the short end. Right foot is parallel. Make sure the foot is bisecting the right arch. Arms come out. And remember, make sure chest and hips are facing the long side of the mat. Arms come out. Look over the left fingers and inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee. Warrior 2. The other thing you want to think about in Warrior 2 is you want both arms to be about the same height. So don't let that back arm fall and get lazy. Keep it up. Breathe here. Take your right forearm, put it on your low back. That's your support. So your right shoulder's kind of pulling back a bit. Flip your left palm, gaze and palm go to the ceiling. Look up. Exalted Warrior. So low body, powerful in that stance. The warrior legs, the warrior core. Chest is open, so our heart is filled with love and compassion and kindness and peace. You breathed out all the frustrations, all the crazy things that the world and the people in your path do to and alongside you. You breathed them out. And now you have room for peace and kindness and, best of all, gratitude. One more breath. Windmill back, Warrior 2. Release the arms, bring the feet back in, and shake it out. All right, we are going to end our time spending a few good deep breaths in a forward fold. So I know you're feeling it right about here. So the one thing you need to remember is this is not your core. This is 1/4 of your core. Your core is right here in your abdomen. It's your obliques on the sides, and it's every bit of this low back. So your core muscles actually make this corset around the midline of your body. You think you have tight hips? Oftentimes it's because we don't empower the core the way that we should. And if you want to be able to empower your hips, we've got to strengthen everything from right here. So I told you earlier, notice how that's feeling. And then the next time you do this class or you do this pose, notice hopefully how it's starting to feel a little bit different. So there's still going to be a fatigued feel, but it should not be pain. All right? So stand tall. We're in mountain pose. We're going to sweep the arms up. Here you go. Inhale, lift. Hands meet at the top. They're in prayer. Exhale, fold down, and here's where we will stay. So let the arms go. They can hang. You can grab opposite elbows. You can let them rest on your shins. You can let them rest on your thighs, wherever you want them to be. But if you're looking at the ground or looking at your feet, I need you to bow farther and look at your knees. Because when you're looking at your feet, your neck is still engaged. But when you look at the knees, oh, the neck is relaxed. It's just giving into the fold. Oh, head getting down below the heart. Good stuff for your circulation, for all those important organs. And it's a restorative pose for your low back. Oh, breathe through it. Two more breaths. You're hanging onto your elbows. Let's release them. Put a big bend in the knees. Everybody sweep the arms up. Rise with the breath. Exhale all the way down through heart center. Let your hands rest right there as you stand. Close your eyes. Think about these words and believe them. With every breath, I empower my body as I fill myself with love and goodness. With every exhale, I intentionally let go of my stress, my frustrations, my burdens. With every inhale, I fill my body with love and goodness. With every exhale, I intentionally let go of my tension, my stress, and my burdens. Just gently bow the head toward the hands. And know that the love and the light in me sees and honors the love and the light in you. Namaste.